It is the 128th installment of the oldest high school football rivalry in the country, the Wellesley Raiders and the Needham Rockets. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to today's coverage on both Wellesley Media and the Needham Channel. I'm Robbie Johnson, along with Brendan Walsh for today's game. Brendan, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, Robbie.
This Needham team coming in at 7-3. Kind of a slow start, but they really picked up the second half of the year. Why don't you tell us a bit about this Needham team this season?
Yeah, it's been kind of a tale of two halves for Needham in football. They opened up 0-2. Very frustrating losses on the road at Milton, a very close game. They could have won. A tough one at home to a bitter rival in Walpole. Then 7 straight wins, including 5-0 in the Carey Division champions again for 2015. 2 home playoff games, thanks in no small part to that upset loss Wellesley suffered against Braintree. And then a 7-game run where they were basically brilliant, and a crushing loss against Marshfield in the Division 2 South Sectional Championship game. But on the whole, a great season. So the Rockets are really looking for redemption to finish the season at 8-3, and nothing will be better than a historic win in a great venue here at Fenway Park.
Absolutely, and the Raiders coming in at 6-4. Started off the season 6-0, but have fallen some tough times, losing 4 in a row here at Fenway Park. And again, Brendan, as always, for these seniors, definitely an emotional day. You know, it's their last time playing high school football, but on an added note this year, they get to play at one of the nation's most historic ballparks. This has got to be a pretty cool feeling for these kids.
It's got to be a once in a lifetime. I don't know if we'll ever get to play here again. Yeah. Certainly must be for the seniors to have their final game here. They just did the senior walk, something that's amazing, I think, every year in this rivalry. All the seniors on both sides interlock hands and walk out from the goal line to midfield. And I know in the wall show, my son has a framed picture of that, of all the seniors. It's a beautiful picture. He keeps it in his bedroom. I know it means a lot in a very special way. Two classic old rivals. You know, it doesn't get any better, really. The Thanksgiving holiday in Massachusetts, where it all started.
Yeah.
And 2 towns, such historic towns, and especially in high school football.
And as we said, this is the 128th installment. Currently, Wellesley owning the lead in the all-time series between these two teams, 60-58 with 9 ties. As we're just about ready to go here, Wellesley, should I say Needham, won the toss and deferred, sort of, as you were saying off air, Brendan, calling it Bill Belichick.
Belichick influence throughout Massachusetts high school football. We got Alex Sliney to kick for the Rockets.
All right, Alex Sliney in the kick
Number 8,
for the Rockets, and then we have Miles Cole and Griffin Morgan back deep to receive for the Raiders as Cole takes it about his own 30-yard line and takes it out to about the 4-yard line. So a good return there by Miles Cole. And the Raiders are going to start with pretty good field position here at around their own 40 under the direction of senior quarterback Jake Moen.
Yeah, and the Needham defense, outside of that really tough loss down at Marshfield against a juggernaut of a team, has been playing great in the season, especially after the first couple of games. They were still figuring out their lineups. So I anticipate, I don't know about you, Robbie, I know that Wellesley's got a great defense. Needham has a very strong defense, that Marshfield game notwithstanding. I'm expecting a very kind of a physical low bowl here today.
And Wellesley has struggled to score points this year. As first play, they give it to Miles Cole, and what a tackle in the backfield.
Number 40, Kevin Bruce.
Number 40, that's Kevin Bruce in there on the tackle. They tried to that a little end around action there, and Bruce read that perfectly for a loss on the play.
One of the things, Needham's got a great 3 defensive down linemen, or 4 now than a 4-man line. We'll get to that. Kevin Bruce has been playing nose guard all year. Nothing doing.
Yeah, they give it that time to Sam McGee on the carry. And he stacked up. May have possibly no gain on the play.
Number 42, Jason Hassenfuss on the tackle. They're only a sophomore. Part of that fantastic sophomore class at Needham High.
And Wellesley running, as they always do this season, that sort of new triple option offense that they've got to this season. Produced some good results early on this season, but
got some room out there.
Struggle is here comes Greg Ezekiel, so he gets taken down after a minimal gain. I mean, that Needham defense reading that run perfectly in this opening drive, Brendan. They're going to stuff Wellesley out here for a pretty easy 3 and out.
And that was number 4, Lucas Goldman, a senior captain, one of the leaders on defense. Been a great tackle. We've had a great senior season for Needham. Also started as a junior.
So Jake Moen back deep to do the punting for Wellesley.
Needham's got number 21, John Andre, number 49, Dylan Child back. Both dangerous return men. I think it'll be a fair catch here, though.
Short kick, and
Yep.
luckily
That was Andre. Rolled out of
John
bounds to the
Andre.
33, yep.
John Andre let that one bounce.
Yeah.
And
Luckily, we didn't get a bad bounce. That could have been a turnover.
So Needham's going to take over here at about their own 30-yard line, under
33, I think.
33-yard line, under the direction of another senior quarterback, Sam Foley.
Right, and you're going to see what you always see from Needham High, Robbie. I formation, number 35, Jared Scully, dot in the I. I'll be shocked if he doesn't carry it 20, 25 times. It's going to be straight power eye football.
Yep,
They're going to pound the rock at the Wellesley line.
Ball at the 33, I backfield, Scar. They go back on the Foley, back to throw. He's looking long,
for Garrity.
deep. He's got Luke Garrity deep and almost a one-handed catch. And Luke Garrity, no stranger to those one-handed catches, and almost made another pretty good one right there, but it falls incomplete.
Right, he had that highlight catch that everybody's seen against King Philip. Made high 5 on Channel 5. He's just coming back. He missed the Marshfield game. He got injured in the Braintree game. And Chuck Thornton taking a shot downfield early. And I thought Garrity might be an X factor in this game. He was really developing as a target as the season went on.
So 2nd down and 10 ball again spot at the 33. Now single back in the I Foley again, back to
That's
throw.
Smith, I think.
Taking some pressure and passes incomplete. Good coverage there by Griffin Morgan, as that pass looked like it was intended for number
21, John
21.
Andre.
Couldn't tell if it was 81 or 21,
Yeah.
but yeah, that is John
21
Andre
is
there.
usually the intended target. He's the leading receiver for Needham. He's got 5 or 6 touchdown catches there. He also had number 85, Brendan Smith, out along the sideline. So Needham has come out throwing.
Yeah. 3rd down and 10 coming up here for the Rockets. Wellesley looking for a 3 and out of their own here to begin things. As this time, Needham with the multi-back set in the eye. And Floyd with the play action, back to throw. Good protection downfield. Oh, he's got a wide open. It's Andre. Andre across the 40. And he is going to be taken down inside the Wellesley 30-yard line.
Wow, huge play for Needham there. Beautiful throw by Sam Foley. And as I just said, that's the number 1 receiver for Needham, John Andre, just a sophomore. And he's been doing it all years for Needham. That is a huge play in this game early.
And good blocking there by that Needham offensive line, giving Foley time to
very good
throw.
Point, Robbie. He had a lot of time.
As Andre was able to, it looked like there was good coverage initially, but Andre did was able to get open.
They're not going to cover for that long. Toss to Scalar.
Pitch out to Sklar. He bounced outside and is bottled up
Nothing doing.
by that Wellesley defensive front. That Wellesley run defense has been effective all season long, and again right there, really nowhere for Sklar to go on that.
And maybe that part of the Needham strategy, maybe with that all those passes to open, is maybe loosen up that Wellesley front linebackers to get maybe a little running room for Sklar.
They call it no gains. The 2nd down, 10 ball at the 26-yard line. So definitely a tale of 2 drives as Wellesley goes to 3 and out. Needham almost looked like they were going to go 3 and out, but a pass from Foley to Andre keeps this drive alive, as now Needham going with the shotgun set.
Yep.
Foley back to throw. He's being pressured there by Kazikas. He throws up to Andre. It's caught. And he's in. Touchdown.
And 1 second later, and it wouldn't have happened because there was a huge rush coming. But there's John Andre again, just a sophomore. Sam Foley with a great touchdown pass, and the Rockets are out in front.
Yeah, Greg Kazikas with some heavy pressure there on Sam Foley. It was, like you said, Brett, about a second away.
Maybe a half a second later, that would have been a sack.
But Foley able to get the pass off, and Andre, again, able to break free of the coverage and make the catch, as we're seeing a replay right now on the big board, and just able to extend that ball into the end zone. So the Rockets striking first, as we will now get the extra point. The kick is up and no good for Alex Slidey, so the try unsuccessful. So with 8:44 to go in the first, it is the Needham Rockets on the board first here, Brendan. 6-0, so a big sequence. They get the big 3 and out to start the game, and then offensively on that 3rd down and 10, that was the biggest play of the drive. Sam Foley on 3rd down and 10 completing it to Andre, and then finds him again for the touchdown, the 26-yard touchdown.
And I thought, and typically Needham always does, they sledge the ball right at you with that tailback. And obviously offensive coordinator Chuck Thornton thought there's some room to throw against this, probably anticipating Wellesley to stack the line against that. Interestingly enough, they went empty on that. Spread, shotgun, which really is not the Needham MO. They have a spread package and they can use it, but it hasn't been their MO early in game particularly.
So Needham on the board here first, and now we'll kick off once again as the Raiders will look for some type of response here offensively. We'll see what Coach Jesse Davis has in store after their first drive was stuffed out pretty easily as a deep kick taken in there, and the ball's loose on the ground, and able to fall on it there for the Raiders. That was number 23, Ryan Parker, who had a little bit of trouble with it. Luckily was able to fall on it, but they will pin the Raiders back deep inside their own 20-yard line to start this drive.
Yeah, and it just looked like maybe some little early game jitters here. Big game, big day, big venue. And Dylan Child, another second more, and Dylan Child would have been on there for the Rockets.
All right, so 1st and 10, they spot the ball at the 16-yard line. So let's see what Wellesley does here, because obviously, again, Brett, as we said, they have been a run-heavy team this season, but against a team like Needham, you may need to go in the air. Just as I say that, Nolan throws is complete to Griffin Morgan. Morgan slips ahead, and Morgan gets out across the 30-yard line, picks up the first down, and that has been sort of the go-to tandem for Wellesley in the passing game this season. Jake Bowen to Griffin Morgan, and we see them hook up there for a pickup of about 15 yards at a Raider first down.
And it's important, I think, for Wellesley, especially right now, to at least possess the ball and move for some first downs. They had a tough opening series, gave up an opening score, so they want to settle this game down from Wellesley's standpoint, try to move the ball for a couple of first downs.
So 1st down and 10, ball spot at the 31-yard line. Again, Wellesley, I mean, we don't usually see them going with the 3-receiver set, but we see it here. Single back in the backfield. This is McGee. Moen again back to pass. He's going to take off and run with it. It gets up to about the 35-yard line. So think about 4 yards on the play. That's the one thing, Brendan, about Jake Moen is that he is a very mobile quarterback and can run the football. So definitely something for the Needham defense to be wary of as we go along here.
And an interesting fact, and I know this because I remember from Needham and Wellesley youth football days. I'll get to that after this play.
So 2nd down and 6, they call it. Ball right at the 35. Moen again back to throw, now being chased, and is going to have to take it himself, and gets pushed out of bounds for about a loss of 1 on the play. So good containment there by that Needham defense.
Quick point, number 40, Kevin Bruce, was creating havoc in the middle, and that's the second time he's done it already early in this game. He's a very good nose tackle, defensive tackle for Needham. So that's something to keep an eye on there. Wellesley's got to control him, or else he'll be in Mohan's face all day. Quick, interesting point. I was the football coordinator in Needham Youth Football, and was Needham-Wellesley at the time. I recruited in Mike Foley to coach the 3rd grade team. His quarterbacks were Sam Foley and Jake Mohan. That's when they were a combined program.
Moen to throw. Incomplete pass. He had Morgan open, but the pass looked like it was a little bit behind him. So again, Needham forces the 4th down here. Wellesley will have to punt once again. A tough break there because again, Morgan was open. Morgan was open.
He was beyond the sticks. Would have been a Wellesley first down. Luke Pascucci was playing a soft cushion. And tough break for the Raiders there. They didn't pick that first down up.
So it is.
Both dangerous return men here for Needham. Both very good in the open field. Andre, number 21, and number 49, Dylan Child. Oof.
And Moen just barely gets the kick away. And
Dylan Child.
Brings it, but takes a nice little lick there.
There was only 4 Wellesley guys bearing down on him.
Yeah.
I think that he should have come with a fair catch there. No blockers and 4 tacklers closing in.
So Needham will take over here 1st down and 10 at the 35, at their own 35. So if you're Wellesley defensively here, Brendan, this is a big drive because you cannot go down 2 scores early against this Needham team or else.
You just want to establish that you're a good defense and you're going to be able to contain the Needham offense that first drive notwithstanding.
So again, Needham with sort of a 2-receiver set here. Sklar in the backfield. And we have some motion up front. I'm not sure who moved
Wellesley guys
first.
seem to react to the cadence,
Yeah,
but then it looked like
offside.
oh wow, okay.
Offside. So what Needham able to induce Wellesley offside on that, and they'll get 5 extra yards.
Yeah, it looked like Needham. All the Wellesley guys came at the same time, so that usually makes you think that they reacted to something in the cadence or a shift. But then as they came across, I thought Carter Hildreth, the right tackle, moved. So I never really clear on that offside illegal motion thing.
So first down 5, ball now out at the 40-yard line. Man in motion, that's Andre. Foley to pass, he's looking for Andre. He makes the catch and is wrapped up. Looks like he may be about a yard short, or less than a yard short of the first down, as Wellesley able to wrap it up pretty quickly there, prevent any yards after catch.
And it seems like Needham is really working that left side of the Wellesley secondary. They keep rolling Sam Foley to his left on all these completions. They definitely seem to be picking on the left side of the Wellesley secondary.
So second down 1, they call it at the 44 to get Needham going with a little bit of shotgun here with
still in the nose.
Sklar, looks like to the left of Foley. Almost another jump there by Gustin St. Ford. As Foley back to throw, taking some pressure. Ball's up in the air and
looked like it hit a lineman in the front. May have been Noah Drake, number 77.
And then Will Kramer tried to make the last-second diving interception, but the ball falls incomplete. So it'll be a 3rd down and 1 coming up here. And again, Foley taking a little bit of pressure. I mean, Wellesley's getting in the backfield, but just not fully able to get rid of that football in time there once again.
Yeah. We haven't seen much from Jared Sklar. We've had 1 carry, which is unusual this long into a game.
Yeah. 3rd and 1.
Wellesley's stacking the line.
We'll see. They give it to Sklar, and
I don't know.
he is wrapped up. I think that second effort is going to give him the first down.
Yep.
Out across the 45-yard line. So good push up front there by the Rockets, able to get Sklar that second effort. He picks up the 2 yards necessary for the first down.
And it was run at the right tackle, number 76, Carter Hildreth. I know he's being recruited by Endicott and Merrimack and several schools. Very good Division II and Division III programs. And when Needham needs short yardage, they typically will run to their right tackle, Carter Hildreth.
And now Needham with an empty backfield now. Foley out of the gun. 3 receivers set, man in motion.
Somebody flinched for Needham. That's going to be 5.
That time it's a false start against Needham.
Absolutely.
So that'll back them up 5 yards back inside Rocket territory, or back to about the 42, I should say, of Needham. So it'll be first down 15.
And that takes you out a good down and distance. Now you've got a little favorable down and distance for Wellesley. But again, the Needham game plan seems to be pass against Wellesley.
Certainly, they are. As we see here, another free wide receiver set against Sklar. The single back in the backfield to the right of Foley. Man in motion, that's Andre.
Sweep to Andre.
They give it to him on the outside, and Wellesley reading that pretty well there for a pickup, maybe about a yard on the play.
Number 24 made a heck of a play for Wellesley. He's the one who put a stop to it.
Yeah, that was Scott Westerman there on the outside.
That was the play, because they needed 1 block, and he was the guy who denied Andre getting upfield. They would have gone big if it wasn't for Westerman.
Pickup of 2 on the play, they call it. Second down, 13 now. Ball at the 49-yard line. But this time the Rockets going with the empty backfield here. 3 receivers had Sklar sort of in the slot. Now he goes in motion, comes back, and Foley's going to drop back to throw here. Looking long, plenty of time.
Looking out there,
and
looking for Luke
pass
Garrity.
is incomplete. Garrity
got tangled up there with number 4.
That was Sam McGee, number 4, in on the coverage. I think some of the Needham coaches up here thinking maybe Garrity might have been held on that play, but no such luck. It brings up 3rd down. By the way, Brendan, interesting. No, both these sidelines here on the same side, so definitely tight quarters over there.
Yep. I know the BC Notre Dame game, they were talking about that, how unusual that is. They have to deal with having teams so close to each other.
Foley. Play action, throw deep
Got a man,
downfield. He's
it's
got
Andre.
Andre. What a play by Griffin Morgan. He had Andre open. Griffin Morgan there going for the ball and able to get there just in the nick of time
Spectacular play.
to break it up.
If he doesn't make that play,
what a play
it's a
by
touchdown.
Morgan. You're absolutely
great
right,
recovery.
because Andre was by him. If he made the catch, it would have been
clear.
6.
Huge play. Keeps Wellesley in it.
So now it'll be back deep to punt here for Needham. Is
Luke Garrity, number 89.
That is Garrity,
Yep.
okay.
Sorry, I got to help you out with those the Needham guys.
We're up here at a high angle, Brendan.
Yeah.
And here's a good return put on there.
I don't even have to look. I know if we're punting, it's Luke.
Griffin Morgan there in on the return. He gets out past the 30-yard line, so Wellesley will take over at about the 31-yard line here. First down and 10 with 4:17 to go in the opening quarter. And so again, Wellesley, that last drive came out and was sort of went more pass heavy than run heavy on that last drive. We'll see if they try and do some of the same stuff here.
Yeah.
Again, trying to sort of generate some offensive momentum here against Needham.
I got to say, I haven't done as much homework on Wellesley as I've had. I've been very busy the last week or so. Usually lock myself in a room for a day and watch all the whole season on Huddle. I only know what I've seen in the papers that they've struggled. Option.
Oh,
Got
nice
a hole
option
there.
there to Kazikis.
Yep.
Kazikis still
Nice
on his
looking play.
feet and gets a pretty good pickup there out to about the 36, 37-yard line. And again, we talk about that triple option stuff that Wellesley likes to run. That time, the option worked to their advantage because Needham sort of closed there on Moen, and Kazikis had some room to run and works it for a gain of 8 yards there.
I'm sure it's something we'll see again because they had a clear success there. Needham did not account for the pitch man. He was wide open.
So second down and 2, they spot the ball at the 39-yard line. Kazikis again gets a toss,
Got some room.
gets a block, and is stacked up.
Close. He should have it, I think.
I think, he looks it out of the first, and yes, he does. Out across the 40-yard line. So good. He got a good block there by Sam McGee on the outside. That was able to push ahead for the first down yardage. So the Raiders able to move the chains there, Brett. That's what we're talking about.
Very
Get
important.
a good sustained drive going, and they are able to move the chains, keep the drive alive.
Interesting point. You mentioned Sam McGee. I was talking to my good friend Jim Fadul. He's a Wellesley coaching legend, having won a national championship with his 5th graders.
Yeah.
Got to the national championship in the 6th grade. But when he first left the Needham-Wellesley combined program, he went over, and these seniors were the first group he coached when they were in, I believe, the 4th or 5th grade.
Timeout on the field here, 22nd timeout called by Wellesley.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Brendan. I mean, and that's a good point because we've talked about in previous years sort of that sort of Wellesley Needham youth football program.
Yes.
Both towns have very strong youth football programs. I know Needham has been in the Super Bowl teams like almost every year for at least one age group, and Wellesley,
especially when the sophomore group was there.
and then Wellesley with the Jim Fadul's group
against the Jim Fadul winning national championship youth group. You know, so it's we'll get back to that. I think it's an interesting point to touch on in this game.
So first down, 10 for the Raiders at the 42, coming out of the timeout. Moen back to throw.
He's got a man.
He's got a man, and it is complete to Griffin Morgan out into Needham territory, out across the 45. Boy, Morgan, good job by Moen there, just able to thread that ball in.
He threaded in beautifully.
Good
Dylan Child
coverage
was on
there
the
by
coverage
Dylan
there for
Child.
Needham. Looked like they were in a zone, and Jake has thrown a couple of very accurate passes. That was a very good throw by Jake Moen. So this is they've crossed midfield. It's an interesting looking drive now for Wellesley.
Yeah, first down attempt for the Raiders at the Needham 44-yard line.
Fullback.
Handoff up the middle, and Sam McGee, and good. He had room to run in that middle. He gets out across the 40-yard line, picking him about 5 or 6 yards on the play.
And that's one of the options there. They put the wing back in motion. There's a tendency with the linebackers, the safeties, and the linemen to go in motion with that wing back, and you do the quick hitter up the middle. And it was a nice little hole there for Wellesley.
So they call it a pickup of 5 on the play. Second down 5 at the 35-yard line. Less than 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Again, Needham winning 6-0 on an opening drive touchdown. Sam Foley to John Andre. Wellesley now looking to strike back, and they've got something together here as another handoff to McGee. And McGee gets the first down out across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. So Sam McGee sort of going out of that fullback position, like you said, Brendan, and 2 good runs up the middle.
And so far, the 2 fullbacks, after they had the option, after they've run some speed sweeps, seems like they've got that Needham defense accordioning out to account for all the east-west plays, and then you come with the ultimate north-south play straight ahead. So that's been looking promising for Wellesley as an extension of their option attack.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Moen back to throw on this one. He completes it to Griffin Morgan. Lots of room. Morgan breaks off a tackle, gets inside, or close to, I should say, the 20-yard line, pushed out of bounds. And Needham really playing, I must say, Brendan, a very soft cushion on that outside. And really left Morgan with plenty of room to both catch the ball and maneuver for some extra yards.
Outside of one throw, Jake Moen has been right on the money with that throws. But you're right. That was a soft corner right there for Needham.
And I think Coach Dave Duffy at Needham wants to sort of talk things over here. He's going to burn a timeout because, like I said, Wellesley really, after a couple of tough drives, really pushing the ball downfield here on Needham. They are into the red zone. First down, 10 at the 18. But Brendan, while we have a full timeout, we should go back to sort of that topic we were just touching on, the youth football program, because, like I said, both excellent youth football programs, and assuming these kids sort of stay with the program, that could lead to future success for both these programs going on down the road.
What I saw from my time in youth football, and I know I was there, Needham and Wellesley made a decision about 6-7 years ago now, 8 years ago, I would say 8, and to leave the Pop Warner model with all their weight limits and older lighters and all that nonsense, and they went to a grade-based, no weight limit program. And at the same time, we split off with Wellesley. And what that did 2 things. Number one, it opened up the game of football to every kid.
Right.
There's no more that you have to wait till you get to high school because you're too big. Obviously, a very odd thing of Pop Warner. And then with the extra bodies came the opportunity for Wellesley to have their own program, Needham to have their own program. And what I've seen over the years, that's really, Wellesley was 2 years behind Needham. Needham went to the grade-based model. They stayed with Wellesley, and then Wellesley launched their own program. A lot of great Wellesley people were heavily involved with that. And they have got some great classes in the pipeline in Wellesley youth football.
Yeah.
I know their 7th grade team, led by Jim Fedor, won national championship. 2 years ago, lost the national championship last year. And both the 7th and 6th grade teams at Wellesley won the Bay State Conference championship. If they can keep all those boys at home, not too many of them run off to ISL, you're going to see some great things from Wellesley football in the future.
Yeah, that's what you always have to worry about, those sort of ISL Catholic Conference.
Yes.
Here's McGee again. He bounced to the outside, and he's pushing it. Sam McGee turning the legs, gets down close to about the 10-yard line, and awfully close there to a first down. Maybe about a yard short, but what a run by there. Sam McGee pushing those legs.
And if you notice that time, Needham denied them the straight fullback thing. Dive, but Sam very alertly just took it outside. He made an adjustment, bounced the play outside quickly. It seems like since Wellesley ran that option play, they've gotten the Needham defense chasing to the perimeter and then hurting him back inside with the fullback.
So they called it a gain of 2 on the play, 2nd down and 2 at the 10-yard line. So Wellesley knocking on the door here. Let's see if they can finish this drive off. This should be the last play of the first quarter.
Toss.
They toss it outside to McGee. McGee breaks off tackle inside the 5, picks up the first down, and luckily for Needham, they got him tripped up there. As he almost had a touchdown, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Needham with a 6-0 lead. Second quarter of action from Fenway Park in Boston. Still can't believe I'm saying that. It is 1st and goal for the Wellesley Raiders headed at the 4-yard line as we head into the second quarter. Wellesley trailing Needham 6-0 here. Brendan, we were just talking about off air, Wellesley really able to establish that middle run there towards the end of that first quarter.
Right.
And it's paid dividends for them as now they're down inside the
Big
5.
time. They got Needham's defense stretched out, and then they hit them hard in the middle.
And
QB
Moen's
keeper,
going to keep it, breaks
touchdown.
off and tackle, he's in, touchdown!
Great avoidance. Number 28, Michael DeLeva, had him in the backfield. And a very, very elusive move by Mohan. And that, once he beat DeLeva, he was into the end zone.
Yeah, Jake Moen there able to just, like you said, Brendan, break off that one tackle, and he could walk in untouched. So Wellesley, on the very first play of the second quarter, ties it up. 6-6 now. Brendan Dolan here will attempt the extra point with Jake Moen to hold.
I was hoping we get a replay here on the big board so we can see how great that cut was by Mohan, but no luck yet. Needham's offside to get back.
Almost moved there.
Oh, they did.
Dolan gets the kick up, and it is good. So the missed extra point sort of pays dividends for Wellesley, as now they have a 1-point advantage themselves, 7-6, and again, no, apparently they're refusing to show the touchdown.
But I was hoping again. It's a beautiful play.
But what a great drive by Wellesley.
Yep.
They had 2 very rough drives. The first 2 drives, 2-3, or they got first down the second drive, but basically 2 sort of minimal drives. But then that drive, like you said, they were just able to open up the middle run, and it pays them dividends. They're able to work themselves down the field. Also with the passing game as well, a couple of good completions to Griffin Morgan, and it works out for a touchdown for them.
And this kind of spread double wing offense is the same one that Marsfield runs. Wellesley, not to downgrade him, does not run it as well as Marsfield. But
I don't think anybody runs it nearly as well as Marsfield.
Right. So it's something that Needham looked good in the first 2 drives, but right now they seem to be a little bit caught in the secondary. The linebackers just deciding if it's coming middle or going wide.
A short kickoff there by Dolan doing the kickoff.
Dylan Child.
Dylan trying to have a little bit of trouble with it.
And
he gets tripped up inside his own 15-yard line. So good coverage there by Wellesley. And Needham's going to start with, I think, their worst field position of the afternoon.
Yeah, Dylan had a lot of trouble fielding that. And then he's trying to avoid the tackles. He wasn't really going to be going anywhere. There was about 4 of them. Then he kind of tripped on his own feet.
So first down 10, they spot the ball at the 13-yard line. Again, the I backfield here with Sklar, the main back, is fully understarted to start this drive. Andre goes in motion. They hand off to Sklar, and he pushes out for about 4-yard pickup on that play. Had some room on that left-hand side, sort of off between the guard and the tackle there, and picks up about 4 yards, or actually, I'm sorry, picks up about 5 or 6 yards there.
And that's something I was expected to see off the tap tonight. I looked at that King Phillip tape in Wellesley, and very similar offenses with King Phillip, and they just pounded the ball right at Wellesley, off tackle, straight ahead. It's typical power I formation, isolation football.
Second down 4, they call it the 19.
Same
Again,
play the other way.
Give it off to Sklar, and he gets down
slightly short, I believe.
Close to maybe about a yard short out across the 22-yard line. Actually, he may have the first down. That's going to be awfully close.
Close, I don't know.
They're spotting the ball right at that 23-yard line. So
yeah, that first down. All right, stand corrected.
They're going to bring out the chain gang.
Okay, because he's signaling.
Oh, no, they are going to give
waving
first
off
down.
the chain gang. Yeah.
Sideline official, a little bit confusion.
Well, he was starting to get out there. The other official could say, "No, go back."
The first down 10, they do spot out the 23. So Needham now more running sort of that power eye sort of grind it out, like you were talking about, Brendan. Again, they give it to Sklar. That time, nowhere to go. As I think Sklar may have got back to the line of scrimmage there, but really, that Wellesley defensive front there at that time, clogging up that middle.
They were.
Again, nowhere to go. Picked up a yard on the play.
But that's 3 consecutive carries for Jared Sklar, and that's what I anticipate seeing. A run-heavy Jared Sklar kind of a game.
Yeah, definitely interesting, like you said, to see Needham come out throwing the ball, but now it's sort of getting back to...
Well, the next setup, though, is play action. You fake it to Sklar. Sam Herbert's in a tailback now for Needham. The next is the bootleg and the waggle, the play action.
Andre goes in motion, and they still
That's
give it to Hurwitz. And
Sam Hurwitz
wrapped up there for a minimal gain. He looked like he may have some room to run there, though, but Wellesley able to contain on the outside.
That was a counter play. They fake the fullback to the right, give it back to Sam Hurwitz going left. I believe a 37 counter. And if he had another step or two, that would have been big yardage.
So 3rd down 4 at the that's a big 3rd down here for both teams, because if you're Needham, you're looking for a good drive, so a bounce back drive here after Wellesley gets the score. If you're Wellesley, you want to keep that momentum going, get a stop here. So again, 3rd down 4 at the 29. Let's see what Needham elects to do here as they roll out fully.
Out here. No,
and they're going to go deep. Good coverage there by
Oh,
Miles Cole, and it's picked off. Miles Cole with step-by-step with John Andre. Foley may have underthrown that a tiny bit, and Miles Cole with the huge interception, and Wellesley's going to take over about their own 40-yard line.
I think it's just what you said, Robbie. He was with them the whole way, never really open, and the pass was slightly underthrown, and the best guy in position was 22 for Wellesley.
Miles Cole.
Miles Cole, so.
Yeah, so a huge turnover there as Wellesley will get the football back. 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line, and now let's see if Wellesley can turn this turnover into points here with 8:06 to go in the first.
First thing Needham's got to do is figure out that fullback. Stop that fullback.
Moen hands it off to McGee.
Nothing doing.
And yeah, may have picked up actually may have been lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage there, as Needham, they're doing a great job of stacking up.
May have been some discussions on the sideline about stopping the fullback.
He does get a lot. They do give him a loss of 1 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down at 11. Ball spot at the 40-yard line. As McGee now comes off Greg Ezekiel's back into the game at that fullback position. Oh no, they call it 2nd down and 9, excuse me. No, it is 2nd down 11. The Fenway scoreboard is wreaking havoc on me right now.
Yeah, he lost a yard on that one.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 11.
Come with an option or a wide play here. I'd come back to that option if I was Wellesley.
Oh, a
bootleg.
Play action bootleg. Moen with plenty of room to run the outside. Wow. Off it closes quickly. It looked like he had a bunch of room to run on that outside.
I think Jake had a run pass option, and you can see big number 50 out there, DC Cox for Needham. He may be looking big, but he can run. And Jake hesitated, I know, he was maybe looking for a pass here, and he slowed down just a little bit, and as big as DC Cox is, he runs well. So big play by DC.
He did pick up about 3 yards on the play. 3rd down at 8, or 3rd down at 7, I should say. So let's see if Wellesley does here. Let's see if they elect to go to the air here on 3rd down and long. And it looks like Wellesley's going to take a timeout, as they were, Coach Davis a little bit slow getting Moen back off the sideline there to with that play call. So Wellesley will burn that timeout. I mean, you do have 5 of them each half in high school football, so you might as well use them if you have them. So 6:27 to go in the opening half. It is, again, Wellesley 7, Needham 6 on a beautiful Thanksgiving day for football, Brendan. We couldn't have asked for better weather. We couldn't have asked for better weather.
Absolutely gorgeous day. Can't really see the crowd because most of it's down below us. I'm assuming it's a good crowd.
Oh yeah, these boxes here next to us have actually filled in pretty nicely here.
Yeah.
But yeah, down below, judging by the noise, I would say that's a pretty good crowd on hand here. But 3rd down and 7 is Moen back to throw.
That's 7. Oh, we had him. Whoa, nice
he
play.
is sacked.
Tom Baker, number 73.
Tom Baker in there on the sack. Moen had a little bit of time there to throw, but Baker quickly able to close in on him for the sack, and now Wellesley will be forced to punt after we get another timeout on the field. Timeout Needham this time.
Not really sure why they'd call timeout. There's still 6 minutes to go, but big play by Tom Baker. He's a big defensive end, about 6'3", 230. I know he's being recruited by several of the Amherst and those types of schools. Great student. I believe both his parents went to Brown. Very, very good football player. He's a senior. He's had a great year for Needham.
Yeah, speaking speaking of college commits, I know, speaking of Jake Mohan and college commits, I know Jake a few weeks ago committed to play at Williams College in the fall. So
great school, yeah.
Again, want to congratulate Jake. Definitely makes the senior year a lot easier when you get that college decision out of the way pretty early on. So good for Jake, and looking to close out his final high school game successfully, but going to a very good school in Williams in that very tough NESCAC conference there.
Great schools, good football.
And a short kick there by
away from it, Lucas.
Bowen,
Okay.
and that was just it's gonna take a Wellesley bounce. He'll hit Miles Cole and come to a stop at the 25-yard line. So Needham will take over there. 5:57 to go in the opening half, and let's see what Needham can do here. They get a big 3-and-out there on that drive. Keep Wellesley from turning that turnover into points, Brendan, and now looking to maybe generate some points of their own here after not scoring since that opening drive.
It'll be interesting to see what the run-pass mixture is now going to be for Needham. They try to run the ball more there, but I still think they can pass a little bit on Wellesley if they can get the right play call and the right receiver.
Almost movement there by that Wellesley defensive front. They get
That's Andre.
handoff to Andre, nothing doing
Yep.
again. That was Sam McGee and Will Kramer in there for Wellesley. They're able to make the stop for what looks like no gain on the play. And again, I mean, Brendan,
starting to see that Wellesley defense you talked about, Robbie.
Yeah.
Just against the run. Maybe that's why Chuck Thornton opened up with so much passing.
Yeah.
Wanted to get an early score on them and throw something other than the traditional offense at them.
Yeah, I mean, the Wellesley run defense has been so effective all season long. As I was mentioning, Wellesley only giving up about 9.9 points per game, so less than 9.5 points allowed per game. So really, I mean, just defensively, a brick wall, even in some of these
He's got Andre on the
losses.
out. Got to get it turned up.
That pass is complete
Good
to
gain,
Andre.
gain about 7 or 8.
Yep, gets out across the 30-yard line, so pick up about 8 yards on the, or 7 yards on the play. Bring up a third down and third down and short.
And they're coming back to something they did on that first drive. Again, that roll to Sam Foley's left, and then passing to that. That's been very successful for Needham. Andre wide open in the short flat there.
They
for
certainly
a decent game.
They certainly have been rolling Foley out a lot so far. It seems like in that passing
and almost
game.
almost always to the left. Timeout.
Where do you get another timeout?
I saw Sam Foley. I guess John Andre was on one side, and then he started running across. And Sam Foley picked his head up, kind of like, "Oh, what are we doing?" Timeout.
So Needham has to burn a timeout there. They are down to 2.5. Wellesley still with 3 remaining. So very quick timeout those. We're back 4:34 to go. Third down and 4. And another big third down here facing this Wellesley defense. Let's see. I mean, Needham in this situation can sort of has some options here, running or passing. So let's see what they elect to do here. As a play action, Foley back to throw, taking the pressure. He's hit and is gonna be sacked. As coming in there hard for the Raiders was number 44. Actually, I think that was 34. Will Kramer there coming in there to make the sack, and good
Wellesley
coverage.
That time was in all-man coverage. They had all the receivers covered up very well. It was 3 deep routes, and as much time as Sam Foley had, he eventually ran out of it. Excellent coverage by the Wellesley secondary, and the pressure finally got there.
And now, so Luke Garrity will be back from about his own 10-yard line to punt. Wellesley running in
a player late.
A defensive lineman there late. We have Cole and Morgan. It looks like back deep to receive a low kick, or low snap, I should say.
Bounce, though.
Low kick. Miles should probably just stay away from that as it's going to come to rest at about the Needham 46-yard line. So Wellesley's going to get very good field position here, Brendan, after a huge sack on that third down.
Right. And again, that's Wellesley's defense. The defense that Wellesley fans have seen all season starting to exert itself. Excellent coverage in the secondary. Pressure gets there on the quarterback. Looks to be settling into the type of game that I thought we were going to get, a defensive low ball.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with both these teams, Wellesley coming in just scoring 13.8 points per game. Needham a little bit better, 19.6 points per game on the season. But you're right, both of these team strengths, for the most part, are their defenses, especially Wellesley's. And they're, except for that opening drive, have really exerted themselves here. As we get a pitch out here, Ryan Parker looks like on the pitch.
Joe Gowetzky. Joe Gowetzky from his middle linebacker spot. Lightning-like reflex there.
Yeah, looks like a loss of
Joe does seem to be holding his hand. I don't know if Gowetzky's injured on that play. Something to keep an eye on. If he leaves the field for Needham, that will be a huge loss. You could see him kind of doubled over there. He's holding that right hand. Be interested to see what happens. He is in a good bit of pain.
Stays in the ball game.
He's a very tough kid. We'll have to keep an eye on that one, Robbie.
Absolutely. Second down, 11 here at the 45 as Parker did lose a yard on the play. Bowen to throw.
Soft corner again.
Completes it. And
that was
number 11.
Coverage.
Yeah, number
11 on the reception for Wellesley.
That was number 11. That was
11 would be Luke Sanabria.
Luke Sanabria, thank you. I should probably know these Wellesley numbers by now, but
yeah. Wait, through that one. That one was tricky. Wasn't Drew Bledsoe though, was it?
So they pick up a 4 on the play into Needham territory. Actually, excuse me, back to 49. Bowen back to throw. Got to get rid of it.
Got a guy.
Brendan Dolan wide open. Got by the defenders. It gets out across the 40-yard line. Picks up the first down. So Jake Bowen rolling to his right there was just able to get enough time. And Dolan broke free and was able to get the reception.
It looked like Needham was in a zone back there. And it was number 13, Elijah Laguerre, was the nearest defender. But huge play for Wellesley. Very accurate throw by Jake Mohan.
By the way, Brendan, I'm sorry to correct you, but it's Mo Wen. It's not Mohan, not
okay,
Mo
I'm sorry.
Wen. I was corrected by his mom at the end of last season.
I'm an idiot.
So no,
I've been calling him that forever.
I've been calling him that forever too, and I was finally corrected by his mother actually last year.
Toss.
As here's McGee, bounces outside and picks up about 3 or 4 on the play. Was able to get a little bit of room on the outside, but going back to that first down completion, Brendan Dolan just very able to get enough separation there where Moen could find him and get him the football for that first down. So that was huge because it looked like Needham really had Wellesley pinned back there on that drive. And
great
big stop.
One of these early stories is Jake Moen competing a lot of very accurate passes when Wellesley really needs them.
Moen back to throw.
Look out.
And stays on his feet. Stays on his feet. Now he's going to take off.
Spectacular run. I think his knee touched down.
Close to the first down.
He lost his footing and his knee hit early. Otherwise, he would have easily picked it up.
Wellesley's going to take a timeout. I think you're right. They are going to come about a yard short on that play, as Wellesley takes a timeout, 1:18 to go. But again, Moen, we talk about what sort of a dual threat he is at quarterback. There, the pass option wasn't open, so he just takes off. And
there were rushes all around him. I don't know how he escaped.
Very elusive, like he was on that on that touchdown. Yeah,
fantastic.
So Wellesley again burning. They have both teams now with 2 timeouts remaining, and the Raiders will be facing a 3rd down and 1, like I said, coming out of the timeout ball at about the 28-yard line. As the sun really peeking through here, shining down on the players. And again, as we touched on, the last high school game for all the seniors on this Wellesley and Needham teams, and both have had pretty good careers in their respective uniforms. I mean, Needham obviously, I think, has won 3 straight. How many carry titles has Needham won in a row? I think
they won this year.
I think they won.
North won last year.
I'm sorry,
they won 2 years ago. We pretty much win every other year. Weymouth has kind of fallen on hard times. Yeah, I know we've won.
I forgot about New North. New North was sort of
a one-year wonder.
One-year wonder last year.
Yep.
So third down
Fullback.
1, they hand off to McGee. Looks like he
Ooh,
has
tough
the
run.
first. It looks like he has the first down.
Yeah, I think he's going to get the
I think
mark
he
there.
pushed-
yeah.
yeah.
Very, very
Yep.
tough run. There was very, very little opening there. Anything Sam got, he got it himself, and he got the first down.
So now Wellesley will look to maybe run with a little bit of sense of urgency here, so we come about a minute to go. First and 10 out the 26. They do have 2 timeouts left, though, at their
Yep.
disposal, so don't need to hurry
Right.
a whole lot. We'll see maybe they start to go the air a little bit more here, try to get the ball
I think he'll
closer.
get a timeout after this play, unless it's incomplete.
Moen
Taking
going
a shot.
deep, Griffin Morgan, and incomplete. We do have a flag down on the play. It's going to be a hold against Wellesley.
Yep.
Good coverage there on the play by the Rockets.
That was Luke Piscucci, number 10. I believe Luke is going to Princeton on a lacrosse scholarship. He's a great lacrosse player. And Needham had some trouble at corner early in the year, especially after that Milton game. And Luke, being a great leader, volunteered to go to corner and really stabilize that after that Milton game. Kind of took ownership there and really solidified the Needham pass defense. And again, that's when Needham started to take off. They had a very tough loss at Memorial Field to Walpole. But after that, it was some great football for the next 7 weeks in a row.
And a good time to get hot, too, because it was in all their conference games.
Yeah.
So obviously,
Yep.
you definitely want to win those. So as Moen again back to throw, rolls right, he throws
Same
it, it's
play.
complete
Yep.
to Dolan. Dolan gets out about the 20-yard line. Wellesley's going to burn another timeout here as Dolan gets down close to the 20-yard line there. Not enough for the first down, but certainly gets a bunch of that penalty yardage back.
And it's that same play. They're rolling to their right. And again, it seemed like there was a zone coverage back there. Dolan found the gap. Moen found him, and it's a big gain for Wellesley.
Yeah, they're going to say about picking up 15 yards on the play. So second down and 4, I should say, at the 21-yard line. So 34 seconds to go. Again, Wellesley does have 1 timeout left. Obviously, in high school football, field goals are never a sure thing. So I'm sure if you're Wellesley, you'd love to put 6 or 7 points up on the board here rather than leave it to chance with field goal kicking. Brendan Dolan would be the kicker, but has
He
not.
attempted any this
He's
year?
attempted a couple. I think he missed them both. So
Okay. I think
so
Alex
if you-
Stein's got 2 or 3 this year for Needham.
So Wellesley will come back out again. Still has 1 timeout remaining. Second 4 at the 21-yard line. I would guess Wellesley is going to be going all air here. I'm sure would love a touchdown here. Get some momentum. Get some more momentum heading into halftime.
Toss
And Miles
halfback
Cole,
pass.
halfback pass. We haven't seen this
Nothing
all
doing
this
there.
season.
That's going to be, Lucas.
And almost intercepted there. As good coverage there. Down
Everybody from
in
Needham
the
was
end
back there.
zone.
That play had no chance. Needham was guarding the end zone.
Cole was lucky that play wasn't that pass wasn't
He
intercepted.
should have ran that one. Because, Lucas Goldman would have had a chance at it. If you look at it, there was 4 Needham defenders in the end zone and 1 receiver.
Kind of surprising, a surprising play call there. Wellesley did run the halfback pass once this season. Actually, the 1 touchdown they scored against Walpole was a Brendan Dolan.
You're hoping they're playing the run there and everybody reacts. That was not what Needham was doing.
So third down 4 at the 21, and now Moen will
Gotta
be back
run.
to
Look
throw.
at
He's
this
got
big
wide
hole.
open to run. He gets down, he's trying to get out of bounds,
got out
does,
of bounds, yeah.
and he almost got tackled
Yeah, he
late
got tackled
there.
late. I didn't see a flag. I was surprised, to be honest with you.
And Moen
I
comes
thought
up
Needham could've got
gippy on
flagged
that
there.
play. Looks to be okay, but I'm surprised the ref didn't throw the flag there, to
And
be
out of
honest
bounds,
with you,
still
brother,
20
because he
seconds
looked
to
like
go.
looked like he was out on that. But regardless, picks up the first down inside the 10-yard line, and now helps the Raiders there by getting out of bounds. So they still have 1 timeout left.
And 20
to
seconds.
use with
so
20 seconds
you
left.
throw it,
so.
you got plenty of time. You can run a lot of plays. Obviously, a run, you're going to have, if you don't get in the end zone, you're going to have to call timeout immediately.
So first down and goal they call at the 9-yard line. So again, Wellesley knocking on the door here on what will most likely be the final drive of this opening half. As Jake Moen trying to set the offense here. And we have a flag down on the play, and it's going to go against Wellesley. I think they're going to call.
It's leading to be confusion. I wonder if this is too many men on the field or something like that.
Maybe 12
Delay
men
of
in the
game?
huddle,
Delay of game?
or maybe it is a delay of game.
Yeah, I didn't see the play clock.
That's the one thing they don't have up showing here is the
Yeah.
play clock.
Yeah.
That's being kept on the field. So now it'll be first and goal back at the 14-yard line with 20 seconds left in the half. Needham band sounds like making some noise down below us as Moen back to
That's
throw.
that roll right.
Completes it to McGee, and McGee gets out of bounds there, stopping the clock, gets back to basically the original line, or excuse me, gets
Down
out
to
the
the
5-yard line,
five-yard
about
line,
the
yeah.
4-yard line, but again, gets out of bounds, stopping the
Yeah.
clock with 14 seconds up. So again, Wellesley is able to conserve that last time out. And good job by Moen there, just again,
Right.
able to roll out there a little bit there to the right. McGee broke open.
He's been killing Needham with those roll right and finding whoever's out there. That time was the flat pass and nobody out there for Needham again.
This is where we're pointing out, folks, that Needham will get the ball and start the second half because, as we said, they did defer the opening coin toss, which is why I'm sure if you're Wellesley here, you'd love to get some points.
Look out.
Moen, and it's intercepted!
Wow, that's Joe Gawinski.
Joe Gawinski down the sideline at midfield. He could go all the way. Touchdown, Needham with no time left on the clock. Gawinski looked like Moen just tried to get that pass off there at the very last second. Gawinski steps in front. Steps in front, takes that one all the way to the house. Boy, what a turn of events. He tried to thread it in there to Sam McGee.
I think Jake would like to have that one back. He was about to get sacked.
He
But the
certainly
Wellesley receiver
would.
was never open. And that, believe it or not, is Joe Gawinski's second pick six against Wellesley. 2 years ago in Wellesley, he intercepted a John Fadul pass for the
That's
only
true, I
Needham
remember that,
touchdown.
yeah.
21-6 win for Wellesley. And where is that Fadul boy now?
Boston College starting
College,
quarterback,
starting
yeah.
quarterback.
By the way, Needham will have to attempt the two-point conversion here, so even though there's no time left, there will be one more play in this half. But what a way to end the half for Needham, Brent. I mean, Wellesley's driving down, knocking on the door. Looks like they could go up by at least 7 or 8 points heading into half. And just a tremendous turn of events as Gawinski steps in front of what I think you're right would be a throw that Moen would love to have back.
And I think he was going down, didn't want to take the sack, and I'm sure he never saw Joe.
And Gawinski looked like he kind of stepped in there at the very last second to
undercut the route because he wasn't the guy in coverage.
Yeah.
The Wellesley guy was being covered by another linebacker for Needham. So it just tough break for Wellesley, but a huge play for Needham.
Yeah, if you're Wellesley here, I'm sure you would love to at least get a stop here on this, what looks to be a 2-point conversion Needham's going for, keeping a 5-point game heading into the half as opposed to a 7-point game, especially with Needham getting the ball to start the second half. So we will see. This will be the last play of the first half, barring a penalty, of course, as Foley will be out of the
I'll keep an eye on
under
Luke
center.
Garrity here. Nope.
He's going to roll
He's got
left.
Andre.
And incomplete attempt for John Andre. A little bit underthrown. So that'll end a very exciting first half of action as Needham with a 12-7 lead with a touchdown from Sam Foley to John Andre. And of course on Joe Gawinski, interception return. Wellesley's throw touchdown, a run by Jake Moen. So again, after one half of play, it's Needham 12, Wellesley 7. Second half of action from Fenway Park in Boston, as is the Needham Rockets leading the Wellesley Raiders 12-7 as we start the third quarter. Robbie Johnson, Brendan Walsh once again here with you for this 128th installment of the nation's oldest high school football rivalry. And Brendan, we got to go back to that last play of the first half. Joe Gawinski, Johnny on the spot for Needham, returns it for a pick six and just gives all the momentum heading into halftime to the Needham Rockets.
Yeah, and if this turns out to be a Needham win, that'll be the play everybody will talk about, 25, 30, 40 years from now. I said, for Joe Go, it's the second he's done it against Wellesley. So he wants to do it in a win rather than a loss like he did 2 years ago. So big possession here. Wellesley carried the momentum after that first Needham score and up and until. that Gowetzky interception. Let's see what happens here now, Robbie.
So Wellesley kicks off a short kick.
It's Lucas Goldman, number 4.
Lucas Goldman brings it in and gets it out to close to the 40-yard line. So that's where Needham will take over to open this third quarter. So pretty good field position for the Rockets. And like you said, Brett, this is a huge drive for both teams, because if you're Needham, you want to capitalize on the momentum, try and get another score, go up 2 scores. If you're Wellesley, you want to get a quick 3 down. You get the ball back to your offense, you can go down and try and take the lead right back here.
Up until that interception, have been moving the ball very well on their previous 2 or 3 possessions.
Certainly, they were knocking out. They were inside the 5-yard line before an ill-advised throw by Jake Moen.
Needham open spread like they did the beginning of the game.
That is true, and Needham did open the game in a very pass-heavy style. They give that time to Sklar. He is going to be met after picking up maybe about 2 yards on the play. Wellesley closing up that hole fast, though.
They did. Wellesley defensive front has been playing very well against the run.
Pickup of 2 on the play will bring up a second down at 8. Ball spot at the 41-yard line.
Needham on their side has got to do a better job of staying on those blocks, a count longer. When it's running right, the Needham offensive line should be mauling people.
Pitch outside there.
Sam Hurwitz.
Sam Hurwitz. And Miles Cole meets him with a vengeance there for a loss of at least a good 2 to 3 yards on the play. You can kind of see that coming, Brendan, because Cole read that play perfectly.
It out all the way.
Yeah.
Yep, you could see it coming. They had the defenders out there.
And Cole, you could feel that hit up here. He made a nice little lick on him. Brings up a 3rd down and 10, so back to the original line of scrimmage.
Right.
Loss of 3, so big 3rd down here for the Raider defenses. Again, they could really use a big 3 and out here to open this second half. And a handoff here to Sklar, I believe that was.
It was, yep. No, I'm sorry. Sam Hurwitz.
Oh, it was Sam Hurwitz.
Yeah.
So he picks up only a couple yards on the play. So we'll force a Needham punt. Brendan, I got to get your opinion on that play call. That 3rd and 10, you run the football.
I do not make judgments on play calls. I think it's the easy thing as a color analyst. People love to do that. It's a reflex thing when a play doesn't work.
Yeah,
I've been
I
offensive coordinator. I've coached a lot of football. Chuck Thornton's a very good offensive coordinator. I will speculate that maybe they just wanted to play, long down distance. Want to see if they can pin him deep and play a little bit of defense, play the field position.
He already gets the kick away as Cole will come up and field it.
Oh, that's a block in the back right there.
They're not going to call it. Oh, no, they do get a late flag.
You could see it was right down in front of Cole. I could hear the Needham guys looking for the call down here to the left.
We have to point out the Needham coaches are right down
about
below
20 feet away from us, yeah.
So that will definitely move Wellesley back into less than desirable field position here to open their first drive of the half. However, Wellesley again, 2 of those drives in the first half were able to move the ball very well, able to score on one and near a score on the other, but of course that pick 6 doing them in. So let's see what Wellesley does on this opening drive to begin things in the third quarter, as they will start from their own 15-yard line.
So how does that 3rd down Needham play call look now?
Yeah, no, you're right. Again, you're right. You don't want to second guess, especially since we're up here. We're not coaching the game. We don't,
Sam Hurwitz is fast. He could have got a crease there. Might have been able to get the 1st down, but.
So Moen under. So let's see what Wellesley likes to do. If they're going to run the ball to Greg Kazikis. And Kazikis pushes his feet, still going, and gets out, gets the 1st down there, up past the 25-yard line. What a run!
That's a bad sign for Needham. When Wellesley moved the ball in the first half, it was off of that fullback. They were getting that fullback, and that really accordions the defense in, and then you can get outside on it.
Oh, I got to correct myself. That's actually Sam McGee, the ball carrier. But yeah, you're right, Brendan. Pick it up. And again, these Wellesley backs, the one thing that I will say, watching, obviously covering this team all season long, is that their running backs really do a good job of moving the feet and really fighting for those yards. They don't go down. They don't go down without a fight.
Fullback again.
And
Nothing
McGee, that time, great read there by Joe Gowetzky.
Saying I've had enough of the fullback.
hit McGee right there at the point of attack for no gain. So Wellesley tried to go back to it, but Needham was not biting that time. So
No, I'm not the Wellesley offensive coordinator, but what they've been doing today is running that rollout right with Jake Moen with a run-pass option, or possibly the triple option out here to the wide side of the field. Also a play that's worked with them.
So 2nd down and 9. They do give him
Quick
a
drop.
gain on the play, and the pass is complete.
Gonna be about 2 yards short.
It was looked like Griffin Morgan.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was Morgan. So you're right. Yeah, about looks like about a yard or two short.
About a yard and a half. If you look, the ball's right at the 35, and the stake is at about the 36 and a half.
So they call it 3rd down and 2.
Yeah.
But we'll call about a yard and a half here. So definitely a 3rd down and short for the Raiders. Leaves them a lot they could do here. Let's see if they perhaps maybe go back to the fullback there, maybe even try a little option out side. We'll have to see. Definitely a lot they could do.
You would think they're going to run the fullback with the success they've had.
And they do. And it's Kazikas that time, and Joe Gawetsky again. It looked like Kazikas got off the initial hit there, but
and it looked like he had a big run if it wasn't for Joe Gawetsky.
So Needham gets a big 3 and out themselves here on Wellesley's opening drive, and they'll get the football back.
This is a key drive for Needham, because other than that opening drive, they have not moved the ball at all on Wellesley. It's been pretty much 3 and out every time. So they really need to establish some offense. They're in the lead right now, but their offense doesn't look very threatening the last several times.
Oh, it gets the punt away, and we got
a
flag. Oh no, he put the flag away.
They might have deflected it.
Yeah, they're gonna say it was. They're gonna say it was a tip.
If Tom Baker, yep, he's signaling he got a hand on it. If you look at the official right down in front of us.
No. He brought the flag out, but
he was going to, but then he must have been Tom Baker must have got a hand on it.
And it did
Take
look
a look at the replay here on the big board.
Like,
he had a huge rush from
definitely changed direction. Then you saw the official right away go like this. So we'll be Needham football here, 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
There's 2 ways to look at that. From a Needham standpoint, it's unfortunate the ball didn't go backwards on the block. From Wellesley standpoint, it's unfortunate that Baker touched it at all, because then it would have been a roughing the punter and a 1st down.
So big drive, as you said here, for Needham, Brendan, looking to try and distance himself a little bit in this one as, again, a handoff here to John Andre. They're carrying the ball as he picks up about 3 yards on the play.
And you know, when that Needham I formation and pound of the ball is working, typically they're getting 3 to 5, 3 to 6 yards a carry off of that. So that's just on the lower end of what you need. It looks more like a long 2 than a legit 3.
They call it 2nd down and an 8, ball at the 46-yard line. Man in motion, that's Andre Foley back to pass. Goose and St. Fort coming in, and he's going to be sacked.
And again,
St. Fort was in there, and Will Kramer finishes off him Foley on that, and really no time for Foley to set himself and throw on that.
Well, he had
play.
a little bit of time,
but
if you
it
look,
goes quickly.
We have a great view from up here. Wellesley's in all-man coverage, and they had good coverage on everybody. So the biggest problem for Sam there is there's nobody to throw to.
So 3rd down and 13 now as they called a loss of 5 on the play.
And that's been the problem a lot of times now with, other than that roll-up series, Sam really on those straight dropbacks has not had a guy open.
So Foley will now be out of the gun. 3rd down, 13 at the 41-yard line. Foley back to throw. Looks over the middle. It's caught, but it's going to be short of the 1st down by quite a few yards as that pass was complete to Billy Capellas. So Needham will bring out the punt team once again. So Wellesley doing their job defensively. They get the big sack, and they're able to hold them to another 3 and out
Well,
here.
the big thing is on 1st down on the run play, they're not really yielding that much yardage, so it keeps Needham out of that kind of ball possession power running game. Then in the pass game, they're just covering. It's all man coverage for Wellesley, and they're doing a great job at it.
They called a gain of 8 on the play, so it's 4th down, 5 from the 49 of Needham. Again, get ready to play. They fake it, and
I don't know.
I think he got the balls on the ground. I'm not
Let's
sure
see what
though.
they're ruling here.
Was he? Did
I
the
think
ground
he was
cause
down, but
the
I think
fumble?
it was going to be short of a first down if they mark him down. I think it's going to be Wellesley ball here.
Oh, they gave him a
Well,
good.
the ball was recovered, but can they recover it forward on a fourth down? I'm not really sure of the rules here.
But also, did the ground
To
cause
me, wow, all right.
first down? Needham.
All right, they got it on the fumble. I think they got it on the fumble. Let's see if we can see the replay here. Because it looked like he was short, but then there was a fumble. It looked like the Needham faker. Let's take a look.
Here's a replay of it. Nope.
Oh,
No,
and
maybe
get the
they
replay.
already showed the replay. All right, so it's going to be first
I didn't
down.
show the replay. I was looking for it.
So it's going to be first down. So big fake punt
Huge
works
play.
to Needham's advantage. And now they have
Was
first
that
down.
Ryan McCarthy on the carry? I didn't get who was carrying the ball there
I
for Needham.
think it was
53, Ryan McCarthy?
Yeah, well, yeah, that would have been McCarthy. So tough break
Let's see
there
if
for
Needham
Wellesley.
can cash in.
First
I
down,
believe
10.
Needham got it on the fumble.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Run outside, and
Tough running by
that
Sklar,
is
but
Sklar, but he's only going to pick up about maybe a yard on the play.
and again, that's a theme now. Wellesley is stopping that first down power run by Sklar. Now let's see if Needham sticks with the power run or if they go to the passing game, because the passing game is being stymied by man-to-man coverage on Wellesley's part.
Second
Let's see
down
if they
9.
stick in with the power running game.
Second down 9 at the 43 as they said Andre in motion.
Yep,
Again,
they do.
another run to
Good hold there.
Sklar,
Oh,
but
wow,
it closed quickly though.
Wow,
As
Wellesley closed that down quickly.
able to meet him for just a
Because
pick
you
of
can
it
see
maybe.
a good size on the initial hole.
Absolutely, but they close it down quickly, so it's going to bring up a third down and 7. They give him a pickup of 2 on the play. Now, so we ticked out under 2.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Very quick moving third quarter. Needham has definitely, I feel like, owned the time of possession here in this third quarter, especially with that fake punt. So we'll see what Needham elects to do here. Third down and 7. It looks like they're going to, Foley will go under center here. Again, with Sklar right behind him, 2 receivers set. Andre, the man in motion. They roll him right, and pass is caught by Andre, and he picks up the first down inside the 30-yard line.
And that was a huge play for Needham, but I believe number 9, is that Griffin Morgan?
Griffin Morgan, yeah.
He undercut that route, but it was a good throw by Sam Foley. Bad throw here would have been a pick 6. Let's see if you can see the undercut. Right there.
Oh, he tried to go for the ball. Morgan tried to go for the ball.
Great throw by Sam Foley. Exactly where it had to be.
All right, so first down and 10 for the Rockets at the 29 now of Wellesley. So Needham, after that fake punt works, moving the football here.
They got a blitz coming, A gap. Fullback, nothing doing.
It looked like
there was a blitzer coming from the left linebacker position. It was number 56 for Wellesley.
That was 56. That was
Chase Conley.
Chase Conley, big figure on the defensive front. Brendan, do you happen to see who ran the football for the Needham?
That was Joe Bruno, number 39. I'm sorry.
So yeah, Joe Bruno, the fullback there again. The call picks up a gain of 1 on the play. Second down 9. So if you're Wellesley here, sort of a bend but don't break attitude. You'd rather hold them to a 4th down or a field goal attempt.
On the speed. Nope. Nothing doing. Oh, stays on his feet.
Sklar, we have a flag down though. Looks
That's
like to be in the area of a hole. The evidence could be a hole that gets Needham.
That's going to really hurt because Sklar had a good gain of 5 or 6 yards.
So they'll push it back. So it looks like it'll be a second down 19 as opposed to.
Huge play. Yep. Interesting thing there. Finally, Needham had some opening. The Wellesley defense, they put John Andre in motion that time. That seemed to cause the Wellesley front to hesitate, and Sklar had a good hold. Allowed some time for the blockers to get on their blocks.
So that's going to push the ball back to about the 38-yard line.
Right.
So definitely, Coach Duffy could not be happy with penalties like that because it turns a third down and medium into
it would have been second and short. I mean, third and short. Yeah. They spread it out.
Under a minute here in this third quarter. Foley out of the gun. He's going to drop down, rolling right.
He's got Andre down the sideline.
Going deep, and that time Morgan undercut the route again, but that time just able to get up and get ahead on the ball.
He was there plenty of time.
But it's kind of like he got a hand on that
Needham
ball.
could have got rid of that maybe a second earlier. Because by the time CM got rid of it, Morgan was over there. Because he was open initially. You could see that from up here.
Well, if he got over Morgan, I think Andre might have had a chance at, at making the reception there. So, big play there by Morgan. Will bring up a 3rd down at 19. So another huge 3rd down here for this Wellesley defense here, trying to, again, bend but not break.
Unless Needham picks up significant yardage here, I'd expect to see a punt.
And you wonder here if they go to the air here, if they try and play a little bit more conservatively and keep the ball on the ground. We'll have to see.
Timeout, a little bit of a fire drill out of the Needham huddle. And now
Needham will take
Wellesley
a
called
timeout.
I'm sorry.
No, Needham, it is a Needham timeout.
You're right, Needham. Yeah, I was thinking of the benches. I don't know why I should have been thinking of where the player team was.
Yeah, they're both on the same side, so it's a little bit confusing to tell who's doing what. But, 3rd down, 19 coming up here, folks. And, again, 12-7 your score. The Needham Rockets, again, with the, I think that was about 100-yard touch, or 98, 99-yard touchdown return by Gowetsky there to end that first half. And now the Rockets looking to hold on to that lead as they come out of the timeout. Foley again under center, 2 receiver sets. Sklar, the main back, in the I backfield. And it's a play action pass here. We have a
flag down the field.
Foley's going to take off.
That might be a hole in the Wellesley secondary.
Yeah, who's it going to be?
It was thrown further down where Luke Garrity was, and it was before. Let's see what they got.
Let's see what the call is. Oh, they're going to pick up the flag. So it'll be a 4th down here at about 5. Foley actually was able to pick up a good 13, 14 yards on that play. So you wonder here if Needham elects to go for it here.
Well, they will. They will. There's not really much else to do here, Robbie.
Wellesley coaches here getting an explanation from the officials as to why that flag was picked up.
I thought it would be a defensive holding on one of the receivers against one of the secondary for Wellesley.
And the clock is rolling here. It's 4th down and 6. Let's see if Needham, surprised they're even running a play here. I would just take it down to the end of the quarter if I were Needham. And
they do.
They
didn't get it off.
They snapped the
sure
ball,
Needham was aware that the clock was running out.
So that'll end the 3rd quarter of play. Again, Needham with the 12-7 lead as we head to the 4th here from Fenway. 4th quarter of action from Fenway Park, and as we head to the final quarter, it is a 12-7 Needham lead. And Brendan, before we go to this 4th down play, I think you were right on in your assessment going into the game, but this has definitely been a defensive struggle thus far.
I'm calling for a little rollout to the right pass to John Andre.
4th down and 6. This is a huge play here for this Wellesley defense.
Rolling
right.
Looking deep. It's going to be overthrown.
Incomplete pass.
Yep.
Andre had a little bit of separation there, but the ball was overthrown.
Was too far to the outside.
And so a huge stop by this Wellesley defense is, again, they bend but don't break, and they will take over at their own 25-yard line, needing obviously a score to retake the lead here.
That was a crucial series. Needham moved the ball like they needed to, but ultimately Wellesley stopped them and kept it on a 1-score basis. So now it'll be up to see if Wellesley can actually put a drive together here.
And we'll see what Wellesley elects to do here, if they try and go back to that sort of full-back ground and pound, or if they maybe elect to go a little bit more air, more in the air here.
Their regular offense, just plenty of time.
For the first time this season, Jake Bowen is out of the shotgun, ladies and gentlemen. And he completes the pass to Griffin Morgan out of bounds across the 30 to about the 32-yard line.
So they haven't run any spread formation
They have not been, this is the first time.
Wellesley. That's what we're going to see here now. 4 wide receivers set, plays being signaled in from the sidelines.
Yep, so it's 2nd down and about 3. 2nd down and 3, they call it. Again, Bowen to throw, taking some pressure.
He's under pressure.
Got a roll.
Gonna have to get rid of that one.
And nearly was able to get over to Miles Cole.
Tremendous throw under duress. Because I was like, there was not much good things that could happen for Wellesley there. You saw Joe Bruno lurking on the receiver.
So it'll be 3rd down and 3. So again, Wellesley completely ditching that triple option here to At least those first
Spread
two
them out,
plays.
throw out of the spread.
Now they are bringing Moen over. So we'll see, maybe they go back
They're
to
gonna huddle up.
the
Let's see if they get a
triple option here.
Go back into their double wing offense.
Yeah, they are going to send Moen back under center. So
They got the wing back in there, yep.
maybe trying to keep Needham off guard a little bit here.
Maybe see if they try the fullback. They do.
Fullback McGee
Ooh,
pushes
tough
ahead and
run,
has
yeah.
what looks to be the first
No,
down.
He does.
Out across the 35, close to the 40-yard line. So they go to the fullback and it works as Needham, or Wellesley, I
Sam
should say,
McGee might be
first down.
taking up on that play. Looks like Sam is coming off.
Yeah, able to come off under his own power, which is
Yeah.
good to see. But you're right, they have taken a little bit of had the wind knocked down a little bit or something along those lines.
The game within a game. I mean, that fullback guy for Wellesley has been the key to whatever offensive success they've had.
Absolutely. I mean,
It's gotten them first downs.
And now we can see them go back to the
back
to the
spread.
spread. So they're really shifting things around here. Moen back to throw,
Running
taking
out
the
of
pressure
time,
guy,
he's
get rid of
elusive.
it. And it does,
Wow.
it's complete
Number
to
20,
number
20 or 28.
28.
Jason Moena.
Jason Mayona on the reception and picks up the first down. So good job.
Right.
Again, Moen,
And
we've talked about all
Moen's
afternoon.
elusiveness. He was under a lot of pressure there. He's so quick that he gets away and finds a new place to throw from.
So first down and 10 ball at the 49. So the Raiders marching towards Rocket territory here. As again, Moen to throw.
Got a man on the
And
sideline.
completes it to Miles Cole
Very,
just
very-
into Needham
almost no
territory. Maybe about a pick of one or two on the play. Very minimal gain on that, but they'll call it a pick of two. So the Raiders are into Rocket territory here. We'll see what they
Moen
like.
is very dangerous for Needham. He seems to get out to his right a lot. Has the run pass option.
Yeah.
He's done a very good job of picking out his receivers and getting it to the right guy.
And he's gotten good protection
And,
for the. I mean,
when he
yeah,
does it, he just creates
Yeah,
good protection
that
by
is true.
running away.
That is true.
Sometimes he doesn't get good protection at all, but he makes do.
Oh, back to throw. The
Look
pass
out.
is complete. We do
Flag
have a
down
flag
the
down on the
backfield.
play. It's complete to Mayota. And wait, we have a
Wow.
late flag on the play.
That looked like he's going to get it unsportsmanlike on Luke Pascucci. Didn't throw him down.
So wait a minute. So hold on. I
Probably
think
gonna
the
be an
original
offset,
flag
I
was
think.
against. Yeah, the original flag it looked like was against Wellesley.
Right.
But this could be an offside penalty,
Yeah.
which would be huge for Wellesley because it would just keep it as a second down and 8.
You're right.
Obviously, we'll have to check the.
Don't think the Needham coaches are too happy.
Check the
with
laundry here. We have a hold
Hold.
against Wellesley, and then we have a block in the back against Wellesley.
What?
Oh no, we have a personal foul against Needham.
So 3 penalties.
So what exactly do they do
I think
for
that's just
3
gonna be an
penalties?
offset.
Is it going to be all offsetting?
Yeah. Oh, now they're talking to Wellesley. I don't know if the personal foul. I'm not really sure
the
what
personal
happens
foul I would think would offset the penalties. I'm
really
a little
understand.
bit.
No, I don't know the. I don't understand.
It's
the
too bad we
rules
don't have the
for it.
referees mic'd
Yeah.
up for this game
Right.
because. Okay, so we had that.
Declined.
We have a hold.
Hold. Accepted.
Okay, and now we have a dead ball, a personal foul against Needham. So it is going to be a first down for Wellesley. Wow. So that is a very fortuitous sequence here.
Well, it
I
must
think
be
it's going to be a
something-
first down. Maybe they push it back a little
Well,
bit.
I think they're
don't-
going to mark it from where the penalty would
Oh, you know
be,
what? They're gonna. I think what they did was
Assess
they
the
pushed,
penalty.
assessed the first penalty, and then
But then it's an automatic first down
From
because it's
the-
a first down. Because they assessed both penalties,
right,
but the unsportsmanlike conduct carries an automatic first down with it.
right. I think what they did was they moved the ball back for the Wellesley
Needham
penalty,
took
but
the
then
hold.
pushed the sixth,
Right.
pushed the 15.
That's exactly
So
what
it
happened.
is first down for Wellesley at the 44 of Needham. So actually, I think anyway, let's see what it works out to.
Fumble
Moen
snap.
fumble
Look out.
snap.
This could be
Gotta
dangerous.
get rid of it,
Oh,
and will
Tom
lose
Baker
a couple of
finally
yards
gets,
on
Moen.
the play. Definitely sort of Moen there, a little bit doomed from the start as he fumbled the snap. Luckily there, just got about a loss of 2 on the play. Brings up a second down 12. So let's see what Wellesley elects to do here. Again, they are in Needham territory. They are going to go under center this time with sort of 2 backs. And
Option.
Moen keeps out
There's
the
the
option,
pitch.
pitches out to Kazekias.
And
Kazekias gets up to, I think, the original line of scrimmage,
Right,
but nothing
very well
much
defended
more.
that time by Needham. They strung it out the whole way. Gain of maybe 2 or 3, Robbie.
So it looks like it's going to be a 3rd down 9, 3rd down 10 situation here. So let's see. You got to think if you're the Raiders, you're going to the air here.
Look for Brendan Dolan. He seems to be the target.
Although we have seen Mayona this drive with a couple
that's
of
true.
receptions.
Yep.
It looks like Morgan, TJ Bailey, the receivers, split out wide. Also looks like Sanabria might be empty backfield here. Although they do have Moen going under center. Cole goes out of the gun. Moen's got to get rid of it.
Gets away again.
Oh, he gets away. Still going, and
He
he
got it,
dives, and I think he has the first down. We do have
Unbelievable.
the official's hat blew off. I don't think that's. I think it's just the wind more than anything
and
else.
And keep coming back to it, but Moen has been the X factor in a lot of these offensive plays. Right? He had nothing to throw to there, and then he created a first down out of nothing.
Coach Jesse Davis, I think, might have to take a timeout here because
Yeah,
he
a little
was
bit of a fire drill
basically
here.
on the field talking
Right.
to Moen. So
I don't think he's going to go in to run a play on.
So timeout Wellesley. That's their first timeout of the half, so they still have 4 remaining. But it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 34-yard line. And certainly Wellesley, I mean, they've only put up 7 points, Brendan, but they have been able to move the football a little bit.
They have. And when Jake Moen starts to scramble, good things seem to happen for Wellesley.
So again, coming out of the timeout, Moen will be out of the gun in that spread formation. Back to throw,
Look
taking
out.
some more pressure,
Gets away
but
again.
gets away. Moen's still on his feet, and finally tripped up there, out across the 30-yard line. Picked up about a good 6 yards on the play, but again, Jake Moen just
And
continuing
it seems to be up the middle
be
recently here. Let's see if they over pursue. Yep, just seems to be up the middle a lot.
And he actually may have hurt himself a little bit because he.
Yeah, it looked like his feet gave way and he tried to make that last cut.
But he cut back, so it looked like he may have actually cost him a couple of yards on the play. But 2nd down and 5, ball at the 29. If you're Wellesley, I think you're definitely in 2-down territory at this juncture of the field. As they
Pull
give
back
to Kazekias.
Look,
He bounces
bounces it
outside.
out.
He has a hole. He's down the sideline. Grant Kazekias knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Yep.
What a run. It looked like Needham may have had a bet at the point of containment.
Yeah, but again, he bounces it out. They have the initial hole stuff right there, but he bounces it outside, and he gets around the corner. Bad angles there from
That
the
was a
Needham
good block.
defense. Yep,
Yeah, Kazekias
excellent run.
inside the 10-yard line, 1st down and goal. Again, Brendan, Wellesley knocking on the door here. Let's see what Wellesley can do. Obviously, the last time they were inside the 10-yard line ended in a pick 6. So 1st and goal at the 9.
Continually seems to be the fullback is the key to all Wellesley offense.
And I think that going out of the spread actually kind of opened that up a little bit. Open up that run game a little bit. Needham fans, by the way, below us making a lot of noise
Keep
right
the
now.
keeper.
Moen's going to keep it himself and is able to pick up a good 4 yards on the play down to close to the 5-yard line. Looked like they tried to fake, they did a little fake outside to Cole.
And then he followed it, yeah. 2nd and goal from the 6, 5.5.
2nd goal for the 5, they're going to call it. Coach Jesse Davis taking his time getting this play call in.
Yeah, a little bit slow. We'll see what happens here.
They've had this
Looks like
happen a couple
Sam
times
McGee
where
is
they've
back.
had to burn a timeout. Wellesley needs to break this huddle very quickly here. I think Coach Davis, you might need to call a timeout here. Yeah, Wellesley's going to use a timeout.
Yeah, it just took a long time to get that play in.
And that's happened quite a few times with this team, Brenda. Obviously with Mo and going to the sideline in a regular game, is let alone at Fenway where the bench is.
Another 20, 30 yards.
30 yards down the field.
Yep.
Definitely a tough situation there, but regardless, coming out of the timeout, will be second down goal at the 5-yard line, Brendan. And this could be a big score here for Wellesley. The way their defense is playing, if they can get a score here, get back on top, that would put a lot more pressure on this Needham offense. So second down and goal at the 5. Again, 6:05 to go here in regulation, folks. Moen under center. It looks like McGee is the back. Moen to throw. Has to get rid of it.
Wow.
And we got flag on the play, folks. We got a flag right in the end zone.
There was a big pile of players down there at the goal line.
What's going to be the call here?
Couldn't see anything, but about 5 bodies down there.
Hold on, we got a pass interference against Needham.
So that's going to
Pass
be a
interference
first and
on
goal.
Needham. It's going to be first and goal at about the 2-yard line.
Yep. Couldn't see anything there. It was just a mush.
A lot of bodies down there in that far corner of the end zone.
We get a replay there. We got nothing.
So first down and goal at the 2. A huge penalty. Not only does it give Wellesley first down, it's now at the 2-yard line. So let's see here.
I would expect
5:57
to see
to
some
go.
Sam McGee. I think they're going to run Sam McGee.
They have McGee and Kazikis in the backfield. They give it to Kazikis, and he is stood up there for a loss.
Loss. Huge play, Joe Goetzky.
Huge loss there in the backfield. Loss of 2, they're going to call it back to the 4. And
that is a big play, because now it puts the offense defense kind of more on even footing at second and goal from the 5.
Goetzky read that play perfectly and really not where Kazikis could go out the
side. And see if Joe's heroics for Needham can save them for the second time at the goal line.
So second down and goal they're saying it's at the 4. Oh, it looks more like the 5.
It's they're saying the 4, but the ball's just inside the 5.
So here we go. Moen under center again. Let's see what they like to do. Cole in the backfield. They give it to Kazikis.
Nope.
Push it down. Gets down back to close to the 2-yard line.
Little misdirection, counter run action.
So it will be third down and goal.
Go the other.
From just about the 2-yard line. Boy, Coach Jesse Davis said about the Needham 30-yard line making the play call.
Yeah, he's got to get to his quarterback. He's at midfield.
It's the first time I think I've ever seen the Wellesley coaches on the field during a game.
He's literally on the field. I don't see how they can allow coaches at midfield.
It's fourth. I thought it was third. Oh, it is third down goal. I thought it was fourth. I thought it was third down. Moen is going to keep it. And again, stood up.
Kevin Bruce.
But wait, they do have one more down left. So this is going to bring up a 4th down here.
Kevin Bruce, the big player there, number 40. I got to say, it's very unusual. The Wellesley offensive coordinator is at 45-yard line in the middle of the field.
So 4th down and goal, folks. This is a huge play right here. 4th and goal at the 2. Wellesley's going to take a timeout here and try to discuss that, because they still have 3 timeouts remaining. Oh boy, Brett, this could be the play of the game right here. 4th down and goal at the 2-yard line. 3:54 to go, folks. By the way, as we see the players in the second game, there's a second game coming us after us. Boston English. The Boston Lad players are kind of hanging out in their makeshift waiting area there, right out past the right field bullpen.
Well,
I have not seen any Boston English players.
Bobby, you've watched Wellesley football all year. What are they going to call here?
That is a very good question.
I think they're gonna. I would roll Mohan out and give him 2 chances.
Roll him out, or maybe a pitch outside to Kazekias or McGee, although Needham's been reading that outside run pretty well all game long. But let's see. 4th down and goal at the 2. High drama here. What else do you expect from this rivalry? This is vintage Wellesley Needham stuff right here, Brendan.
Except we're doing it at Fenway Park.
The
Huge
Needham
noise
crowd
now.
making a lot of noise right now down below us. Here we go.
With Sam McGee deep at tail.
McGee, they have 2 receivers. Moen, the option, McGee. Oh, McGee. And no, short, he's short. Sam McGee got off the...
Was the player originally slowed him up? If Laguerre's not there, he walks in untouched. Number 13, Laguerre with the big play. See if we can get the replay here, Robbie, up on the big booth. You can see Laguerre. He initially slows McGee down, and then here comes the cavalry.
So big stop for Needham, as well as you again had the ball first and goal from inside their own 2-yard line.
They're not out of the woods, though. They got to get off the shadow of their own goal line.
Yeah, that's a good point. If Wellesley, I mean, they still have 2 timeouts, so they can get a quickly 3
right
and out. Good field position.
Needham's got to get a first down.
Handoff here to Sklar. He's mad.
Got out to the 5.
May have picked up a yard or 2 on the play.
Half, maybe. Now the question becomes, does Needham want to throw the ball down there?
Well, Wellesley is going to take their second to last time out here, 3:40 to go. So, second down at 8, they're going to call it. Ball right out at that 5-yard line. So we'll see, Brendan. You play? I know you don't want to play offensive coordinator for a second. Do you throw it or do you try to go with the ground?
Sam Foley to the left and try to hit John Andre in a little 10-yard out. They've had a lot of success with it today.
So second down at 8 at the 5. Again, they said they have 2 receivers split out to the top of your screen or to the top side. They give it though to Sklar, and
they're gonna mush ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, may have picked about 2 or 3 on the play, but again, this Wellesley defense closes quickly. This is going to be a huge 3rd down here, Brendan.
Yep.
3rd down and what looks to be...
And they're going to have to get to the 13, so it looks like 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
They're at the 8, they got to get to the 13. I want to give the Wellesley defense a lot of credit. It's about the best job I've seen shutting down the tailback against Needham all season.
Yeah. So here we go, 3rd down 5. Big play right here, folks. Especially if Wellesley only have 1 timeout remaining. Foley play action.
Left.
And they try to dump it off, and
he's got the first
picks
down.
up the first
Joe
down.
Bruno. Is that Jared Scott? Joe Bruno.
About the 15-yard line.
Fullback in the flat. Off the bootleg action. Sam Foley did a nice job because he had a Wellesley defender right in his face. We take a look here, right there. Huge first down for Needham.
And the clock will run here. As
how many timeouts?
Wellesley has 1 timeout left, so
they've used quite a few on that last series.
So they're gonna have to, if they are as Wellesley here, they're probably gonna have to call a timeout on this first play, and then hopefully they could get a stop, get the ball back with minimal time remaining.
I think you're gonna see 3 runs from Needham now. I don't think they'll put the ball in the air.
Only
that's Sklar. That's a pretty decent.
Oh, ball's out! Ball's out! Oh no, they're saying he was down by contact. Oh my goodness.
See if we can get a look at the replay.
Oh, I thought that ball was out, but that was
I'm going to
huge
reserve
break.
judgment until I see the replay.
Oh, yeah, let's see the replay
let's
right
see
here.
if you were seeing that with Wellesley colored eyes. Oh, he was down.
Oh, he is down.
He was clearly down.
Okay.
His rear end had hit the ground. Replay bears it out.
All right, so they made the right call, so tough break there for Wellesley.
We don't often get to look at the scoreboard replay to see if it was the right call.
Yeah.
They don't have that at Memorial Field.
Oh, we have a flag down on the play. We have a delayed game called against Needham. Okay, so That's going to push it back to second down at 11. Now, I'm not sure if the clock.
That's a big play because
no, the clock does not. The clock does not start,
yeah,
and the clock does not start here. So that's kind of a free
it's
timeout for
play.
Wellesley.
It is. So Needham can run it twice here, and you get 25 seconds from after the ref signals the ball.
I would assume Wellesley's going to take a timeout after this play to try and give himself the most time possible. But there's a handoff to
he's gonna, oh no.
Sklar.
He holds on to
got
it.
wrapped up quickly there. No, Wellesley not taking a timeout. I guess they're going to wait.
No, they only have one left, Robbie, so it's either this one
I
or
was just
next
surprised they didn't try to take it then and didn't give themselves more time.
Once the ref signals the ball in play, watch this.
All right, so there's 25 seconds. So it's going to be third down and 6. So Wellesley will it's not going to get the ball back regardless until less than a minute to go. But they need to stop here on third down.
Well, they're going to call timeout right after this play. So Needham will be punting.
I think what Needham's going to do is they're going to run the play clock all the way down here and take a timeout.
They might,
themselves.
No, that's what they'll do. They'll take a timeout with 1 second to go. Right there.
Needham with 55 seconds on the clock.
Right. So Wellesley's going to get the ball back.
They have to get a stop here on third down, obviously, but they're going to conceivably they could get the ball back with about 45 seconds remaining.
So again, do you run that Sam Foley roll out to the right or the left and look for John Andre?
It's a good
been
question.
Working for them.
But of course, on the flip side, if it's incomplete, it
you could
stops
just run the
clock.
ball.
Yeah.
You make them use their timeout.
Right.
Kick the ball and let your defense go win the game. Because if Needham runs the ball, they're guaranteed to force Wellesley to use their timeout. So if you throw the ball and it's incomplete, you give the ball back to Wellesley and they get to keep their timeout.
Yeah, that's sort of the flip side. If it's completed catch for first down, then the game's over.
So they may just run it here and trust their defense to make the stop.
Let's see, third down and 6 from the 19. So let's see what they elect to do here. Andre's in motion. They pitch it outside to him, and he is met with a vengeance. Wellesley is going to take the timeout right away, so they will get the ball back with about 50 seconds to go.
I think quite correctly, Needham said, well, how can we run a play that might break for good yardage, but not risk passing the ball? And that's where you came up with that speed sweep to Andre.
All right, so now the one thing I will say is looking like Wellesley's going to get the ball here. Pretty good field position.
Yeah, it all depends on the return and the kick, and of course you got to watch out. Looks like Wellesley's going to go for the return. So they got two guys deep.
The Fenway Jumbotron play the final countdown here, which is really what we're in. As we're in the final minute.
It's going to be Luke Garrity to punt for the Rockets.
Now, if you're Wellesley, do you try to bring everybody here?
No, they're not. They got two guys deep. They're not going after it because they've got two guys deep, Robbie. They want to make sure they get a good return.
That was a good,
They're playing the return. They wouldn't have two guys back if they weren't.
Oh, another bad snap. And not great kick. Cole's going to take it. And Cole gets the outside, gets a good block. Miles Cole going down the sideline. He's still on his feet. And he is inside the 40-yard line with 32 seconds to go. So that's where Wellesley's going to take over, Brendan. 32 seconds. No timeouts. And Miles Cole helping the Raiders put themselves in a situation where they have a chance here.
They definitely do. It was a good return.
That was a good block
like
on the outside.
He had no chance at first, and he got to the outside.
That was a good block. Couldn't quite get the number of the block
Lucas
there,
Gold,
but
I know got it. The big objective for Needham now is to tackle Wellesley inbounds.
That's like Wellesley is going to go out of the spread here. Yeah, that's a good point. You do want to tackle it inbounds. Keep that clock moving. Wellesley again, no timeouts left. Moen to throw. He's looking. Now he's going to run. That's big. That's big. He's got to hurry up.
Yeah,
he's got to hurry up.
As he said, he really don't. You want to throw the ball away there.
Wellesley's got to spike this football.
He's going to have to spike it. Yep.
And they do spike with 14 seconds left.
You can't get tackled out of bounds. You know, it was 32 when they snapped it. So
at least throw the ball away there.
I'm not trying to pick on a high school quarterback, but you really can't run there.
Yeah,
you
no,
have to
you're
throw
right.
the ball out of bounds.
You're right. So third down 8, but only 13 seconds left.
If you get tackled again inbounds, the game is essentially over. You'll be very hard pressed.
They got to go. They got to take their deep shot here.
Now let's see if Needham. Usually they bring in Brendan Smith to play safety in this
So
type of
third
situation.
down and 8.
See how many Needham brings 4.
Going to pass. He's going to
Going
air
for
it
the
out.
deep zone.
And, oh! Nearly caught there by Griffin Morgan on the
Looked
ricochet.
like that. Luke Pascucci looked like he might intercept it, and then 2 Needham players deflected it and it almost got to Wellesley.
All right, so here we go. This is for the game, folks. Again, you got to pretty much go with the Hail Mary here with
Yep.
only 7
Let's take
seconds
a look at the replay
left.
here, Robbie, if we can take a look on the big board. It looked like, yeah, there was Luke, and then Elijah Laguerre got a hand on it, almost deflected it up.
Needham's going to take a timeout here.
All right, they can see, okay, now they got, see number 85, Brendan Smith, normally a wide receiver. I know he plays safety on defense. No, he doesn't normally play on the defense. But in these Hail Mary situations, he's 6'5" and a very good basketball player. Needham tends to put Brendan Smith deep. I can see, I think he's going to be out there now. He was out there when they were huddling up.
Well, he's going to take their shot. I mean, this is your ball game, folks. 4th and 8.
Yep.
7 seconds remaining. The Needham bench making, the Needham crowd making a lot of noise.
Brendan
Right now,
Smith
here we
back at the
go.
10-yard
They're
line
back.
for Needham.
So here we go. This is the game right here. Mowing to pass. Going deep. Morgan, it's batted down, and that's it. Clock is 0, and that's the ball game.
Let's see, I believe they were trying to say, no, that is it.
But it was still
Needham has
4
won it.
anyway. Needham is going to win this football game as the Rockets come into Fenway Park and win this one. 12-7 is your final. What a high school football game, Brendan, and what a defensive performance by the Needham Rockets there.
It was.
Two times at the end of that game, Wellesley has the ball in their own territory, and they come up with stops both times.
One Needham goes back the other way for a touchdown. Basically, the Needham goal line defense won the game for them. They produced 6 points, and then late in the game when they had to have it, they produced a stop at the shadow of their own goal line. So that win, you got to give it to the Needham defense, I guess.
Great game by both teams, though. I mean, Wellesley, you feel bad for the seniors, but the great performance by Wellesley today, and just unfortunately unable to come up with the victories. Needham wins for the 2nd year in a row,
Right.
and they improved the season series down 60-59.
One win
times.
away from tying
Yeah,
up.
so they'll be able to try and tie it next year at Memorial Field in Needham,
Yep,
appropriately enough.
Yep.
So that is going to do it for this Thanksgiving broadcast, folks. We thank you for joining us, for Chris Dugan and for Greg Story on cameras, and for Brendan Walsh. I'm Robbie Johnson saying happy Thanksgiving,
Happy Thanksgiving.
everybody. We will see you next year, and have a great winter. Goodbye.